Look at, we've got to find a way to move forward here, and we've got to find a way to move forward. And I think there are a lot of people out here tonight, but more importantly, there's hundreds that are out there in the community waiting for us to come through with some kind of a reasonable plan. I think we're stuck. I don't think it's wise for us to move forward with a 4-3 board. And so, you know what? At risk of, what does Dave Chapin think? Dave Chapin wants the board to move forward. Dave Chapin wants the best thing for all students in East Lansing Public Schools. And I do want us to move forward, and frankly, I do want us to get a bond proposal in front of our electorate on February 28th. Well, the question becomes, what should that be? In case we got stuck tonight, I'm gonna get out of the box. I don't care. It's 10:30. We can table this if we want, but I want us to get unstuck, and I'm going to kind of build on a lot that I've heard from a lot of different people in hopes that we can move forward. I would suggest something that sounds a little bit like this. What if we're to move to, on February 28th, to do full additions and renovations at Pinecrest and Marble? K-12 technology, which has gotten lost in the shuffle. I think we desperately need a technology update across the board. I would suggest that we do mechanical, electrical, furniture, and equipment to include AC in all schools. Possible redesign of a library media lab at Donley, White Hills, Glencairn, and Red Cedar. Move to a vote on February 28th. My figures are, we can review that, would be approximately $37 million. Continue to market Timber Lane, and no changes in grade configuration at Pinecrest, Marble, Red Cedar, and Donley. Remain K4, White Hills, and Glencairn remain 5-6. That's phase one. Okay? We stop on February 28th, or actually February 29th. It is a leap year this year. If the vote on the 28th is successful, we celebrate and we move on. If it's not successful, then we invest in a professional comprehensive survey before determining the next steps. Phase two, dependent upon what we get from RJ and company, we move forward with a continuation of the discussion that we've had. Let's determine the status of public school funding and impact on ELPS. I would say that's roughly 2016-17. Determining enrollment trends between now and then. Review the plans developed by the City of East Lansing and Michigan State University between now and then. Determine the impact of these plans on the potential growth. Determine changes in property tax values. Determine appropriate alternative uses of 4 sites, not 6. And then, depending on data and information above, seek voter approval to build a 6th grade wing at McDonald Middle School based on the input we received here tonight from RJ, and complete additions, renovations at 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the remaining sites. I think that parallels some comments that George made. I think it gives us something for everybody. I still advocate to move the district forward more, but I've been really concerned about us getting stuck at 4-3 and not being able to move things forward. I think we need to find some common ground, and I think that maybe some of this allows us to find some common ground. I think we've all changed our mind in a variety of different ways. George, I remember you wrote a letter to a number of people earlier suggesting that we do build schools across the district. And I appreciate your comments tonight and have a great deal of respect for you, as I said earlier in the meeting. But we're stuck, and we need to get unstuck. Our community needs us to come together. We need to come together. We need to invest in our students, and we need to demonstrate that as a collective body of elected officials and a superintendent that we can work together in a modeling, in a fashion that models this for other groups and for our community. And I think we need to move forward. I'll be dramatically disappointed if we can't get off square one tonight. I don't mind saying that. Dramatically disappointed. We've got to get off square one, and I think it best if we find a continued compromise here, as suggested by some. I think this captures a little bit of something for everybody. We've lost sight of that K-12 technology piece, and I also saw Janet Brock out here a little bit earlier, and I've been meaning to say, there she is, I've been meaning to say that all of this discussion about 5-6 is in no way a reflection of Janet, Rob, Elaine, Cindy, Michelle, Andy Wells' leadership and the good work that's been done in those 5-6 buildings for a long time. You guys have done a tremendous job, and we're reaching out to help you, not counter the good work that you've done. And I found a way to get that into the conversation. All right, maybe that gives us another hour. Maybe we're here till 11:30 or 12:30 after that little change, but we got to get off square one, and we've got to find a way to do that. And so,
well,
there we go.
Procedurally here, we have, thank you, Dave.
I know, we were going to get ready to vote, and I wanted to get another.
Okay,
There's
so-
a lot there that we can think about.
Well, Dave, if you'd stop talking, maybe I can help you. So I'm willing, Madam President, to, with the permission of the seconder, to withdraw my motion and substitute in place what he just said for the purposes of discussion at the very least, because that was a pretty long motion if I understood the motion, so.
Mine wasn't a motion.
Well, it may be morphing into one.
I'm willing to withdraw my motion and have that proposal be my motion on the floor, if the seconder will agree.
I will agree, and I will then second whatever that motion was you just made.
And then, Madam President, could you ask the superintendent to repeat that motion, please?
Do I have to?
Well, because I
Okay.
got to get the whole thing in my mind.
Okay, so, go ahead. Hit me.
Well, full additions renovations at Pinecrest, the dollar amount that we had in play was $10,191,360.
Wait a minute, 10,191.
I didn't say numbers first time through. Now I'm putting
Yeah, but
numbers
what
on.
configuration is this?
Yeah, what is it? What configuration, and for how many students?
Are these the new numbers?
This is a what would be designed as a K-5 school or a K-4 school with, yes.
Which?
Well, these are
Which?
not. You help me with which, okay? That would be fine. I'd love to have some help here. I'm putting out a concept here, and I need some help.
Well, I would, if I might, encourage you to go through conceptually, again, where you are in terms of,
Okay.
go through it conceptually for now.
Can I ask it this way, Rima?